You better know, say you're blessed. Yeah, now you see through. Girl, I just feel you. You know me like your legs. You feel good, so good, too good. You feel good.
Welcome to Realtalkwtee. Thank you for tuning in with my podcast. Today, I'm coming to you with a very controversial topic. Today, we are going to focus on, I'm just going to say one question that we're going to start with. And it is, ladies, would you date a bi man? Now, before we actually dive into the topic and dive into the episode, what I did was, I'm a lesbian. So I really couldn't have the opinion. I didn't want to be biased. So what I thought would be good to do is I went out into Houston and I asked about 7 or 8 different women, would they date a bi man? Y'all come with me, see what they said.
Would y'all date a bi man? Would we date a what? Would y'all date a bi man? No? Why? What if he used to be 5 years ago? Then he don't no more.
A guy can't be bi.
He can't at all? No. Like he ain't fucking nigga, but he thought he was cute.
It's a no. It's gonna forever be a no.
Okay. Appreciate y'all for participating. Alright, would y'all date a bi man?
No.
What?
I'm the only one getting it from that.
Why y'all wouldn't? What if he used to 5 years ago? He used to 5 years ago, but
You still get
Something that you desire, and I'm not into that. I'm sorry.
okay, good. You would not date a bi man?
I would not.
Why?
He only got to be one way for me.
So what if he used? Well, hold on. What if he used to be bi? But like now he into women, but he used to like men.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? All right, thank you anyway. Would y'all date a bi man? A what? A bi man. He's bi. Like he used to be bi. No, but now he's straight. Like he used to be bi or never. None of it don't matter. Okay, why instantly no? Why?
because I don't want nobody with no toe up asshole.
What if he was the one giving it? What if he was giving it? He won't take it.
That's a no for me.
No. All right, thank y'all for participating. Another question. All right, would you date a bi man?
I will not date a bi man.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I believe every man that fucks another man is gay, and I don't date gay.
Okay, but what if he used to like 5 years ago?
I will not date a bi man.
Okay.
If you ever fuck the man, you fuck the man. And if you fuck the man in the back of my head, you got fucked by a man.
Bi man?
No.
No?
No.
Why?
But you taking it? No, I can't.
Oh, no, he used to be bi like 5 years ago.
No.
He not attracted to dudes and nothing no more. He just, but the minute you know he told you he bi, it's a dub.
It's yeah.
Immediately.
But you were taking that dick.
Okay, all right, thank you for participating.
Would I date a bi man?
Would you date a bi man?
No, I wouldn't date a bi man.
You wouldn't? Let's say, all right, no, that ain't a serious question. No, it is a real question. Because some women will date bi women. I mean, bi men, my bad. Women will date a bi man. They don't mind. I mean, if he's like super rich, but we won't be sleeping together. Okay, so no sexual relationship. Yeah, but we wouldn't be sleeping together. So he take care of you, but if y'all won't wait,
we wouldn't sleep together.
all right, but what if he did that 5 years ago and he been with women since? We wouldn't sleep together, but if he was like super rich, ever, all right, then you would be with him. All right, thank you. Would y'all date a bi man?
A bi man?
A bi man.
I think that I would. I don't. It's nothing, against it, but
Right, you respect
a lot of.
You respect it, but you wouldn't do it.
Right.
All right, cool. So what if what if he did that like 5-6 years ago, but now he been with women ever since, and he was a top. I mean, I don't know if that matters if he was a top or a bottom. He fine too, and he got a lot of money. Look, I'm trying to.
You trying to make it sound
Yeah.
I ain't worried about the money.
Oh yeah, you got your own money. Hey, period. I love that for you.
Yeah. So,
All right.
I don't judge nobody.
All right.
I can only answer that.
Now, as y'all see, all of them said no. Gave several reasons why. I even tried to give them an alternative of if it was later on, 5 years later. Again, thank you for everybody who did that. Again, that's just your opinion. No slander, no negative opinions. It just is what it is. So how I want to talk about a few things centered around this topic. The first thing that I want to talk about is what is the issue behind bi men or the negative connotation attached to bi men. Let's talk about it and see how it came to that. Because I think this is a common thing where it's like, nah, I'm not dating a bi man, or that is just, we've even seen it in TV with, Love is Blind. We'll put it up here on the screen. Carlton, I remember that when he opened up and said that he had been fluid and he had dated men in the past. I think this is something that we got to talk about, especially because here today in the news, what we're seeing a lot of is, I guess, BL or down low activity. We have been seeing a lot of different stories in the news or in the, just on social media in general. One of the biggest names we could probably think of right now is Diddy. Diddy was accused in a lawsuit by Lil Rod of homosexual behavior. And, he put some other pretty big names in there, Meek Mill, Stevie J. I can't think of the guy name from radio. Cuba Gooding Jr., I think his name is. But yeah, he put some pretty big names in there that said that they were also engaging with it. And I think the down low behavior is a huge thing that we're going to focus on, but also just where the negative connotation of bi comes from. And then towards the end, I really want to dive in on how can we change this, or what is this just going to be an ongoing issue that we're going to accept? I kind of want to dive into all of those. So first, let's look at some other of the issues that I'm going to put on the screen about things that we've seen in the media. Some of the things that come to mind with me are Meek Mill, Diddy. Recently, there was this story where there was two best friends, and I'm going to put this on the screen. There was two best friends, and they were basically they were best friends, and one of them had a baby mama, and one of the guys went to the dude's baby mama and basically told her that they had been sleeping together. Then they kind of popped out together, made a little content together. Again, just these stories. There was one lady that caught her husband, or she was supposed to be marrying this guy, on a date with a guy. So I think this is a common thing. In my hometown, there was recent, like a few months ago, there was like this huge DL list, and they came with receipts and pictures and names and addresses and phone numbers and all of this. And so I think this is a common thing that's happening, and I just really want to address why. What is going on and what is the DL behavior about? And yeah, let's just kind of, dive right on into it. Let's talk about where it starts. I think that is huge. Where does it even start that being bi or being gay, or I'm even going to get deeper into it and say feminine things in men? When did that become, when is that taught? Or when is that taught that or put a negative connotation on it initially? And I think it starts young. I think it starts when people are children. I think when people are children and we're taught that, especially young men, when we're taught that, men should be the worst things that I think you can be. And let me even specify more in the Black community, because I think that matters, because I think in all communities, I think, being gay or being bi can be shunned. But I think in the Black community, it is like one of the worst things you can be as an African American male is like feminine or bi. So I think that's taught really young, when we even like teach kids to be very hard or to not cry, or to not wear pink, or, to not play as a girl in the daycare, or don't play, the mom. And when we basically present to them that being feminine in any type of way is negative, I think that's when we first teach our kids that is a huge negative connotation on being feminine or being gay. So I think it starts then. I also think that social media plays a huge role in it. And there's a few things in social media that I want to address that, recently I have seen that I'm like, these are the things that we see that influence our kids and tell our kids don't be that, it's negative. Or if they are that, and if they're feeling that, like a genuine feeling of being attracted to men or something, sometimes it's suppressed because it's not really a safe place in society to come out and say, as a Black man, I'm gay or I'm bi. Some of the things on one of the biggest person on social media that really irks me is Boosie. He recently, I think today, said something about Lil Uzi Vert. Because I think Lil Uzi Vert had a Marc Jacobs campaign, and I think Lil Uzi Vert just seems to be. I don't know his sexual orientation. I'm not gonna try. He seemed to be dating JT. I think he uses they them pronouns, but he seems like he's very in touch with his feminine side, and that's gonna come later on. But I think in our community, being in touch with your feminine side equates to being gay or something negative. So I think people run away from that, of doing that. But Boosie is one of the main ones that just openly condemns being gay. He said stuff about Lil Nas. He has, made several comments. I think, he even was talking about getting your nails done. He was talking about just anything. He's your typical African American male that pushes that negative connotation of anything feminine. If you are anything feminine as a Black man, you are something negative. Creates absolutely no space for anybody to come out and to say, hey, I'm gay. Scrappy and Chaotic, I'm going to put this video on the screen. Scrappy and Chaotic had a discussion, and the discussion was, can a straight man tell another man that they look good or give them a compliment or something like that? And again, I must say, it was a little uncomfortable for me to watch. I'm like, wow, this is really where we're at, where we can't even be secure enough and just give another man a compliment. Or, and I can understand if some people, if they compliment, they are trying to pursue also. So it's like, this isn't it's not a genuine compliment because you're trying to come on to me or something like that. But I'm thinking that's, I guess, I'm not thinking of the same scenario, because I guess that would be more with a gay or bi guy and a straight guy. But this is two straight men. And they can't say, and Scrappy was like, oh no, man, ain't no way you saying that. You can't say that. Just don't say that. And it's I love Chaotic. And I also heard he was a Sagittarius. And Sagittarius gonna stand alone, one thing about it, and just be like, what? So he was very much against what Scrappy was saying. He was like, you can definitely give another man a compliment. And I think this is just an example for me of things that are taught to our kids, because kids are seeing social media and they're adolescents, they're seeing social media. Their brains are still developing. So it is important what they are consuming too, but they're seeing these things and they're seeing how you will be talked about, or how the connotation that's put on to just these men. This is two straight men. We ain't even got into if you say that you bi, or you know what I mean? So I think one person I wanted to also point out in social media that actually, Young Thug, I know he in the jail now or whatever, but he was somebody who came out and was himself. And I felt like maybe it was because he had a certain level of respect. But Young Thug did come out. He was wearing dresses. He was wearing crop tops. He was really doing his thing, pink and everything. And, you know, I don't remember him saying he was gay, but that's one person that I've always said, I love how he is himself. He stands within. He seems like he has a lot of clout in the community. Like, you know, like kids will kind of, you know, I mean, I guess it all depends on what you follow behind and what the kids like, what they're influenced by. But I love people like him that he came in and changed it. And to me, in his wear, it seems like he's really in touch with his feminine side. And again, a rapper, you know, I love that about Young Thug. That was one thing. I love that about Lil Uzi Vert too. He do his thing. He's very in touch with his feminine side. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I think guys should be able to be in touch with their feminine side. I think some of the most secure guys are, and I mean secure in who they are. They're heterosexual men, but they're in touch with their feminine side. It's okay for them to show certain things or do certain things. It's not this taboo, oh my God, you're gay. You know what I mean? But anyways, another thing I recently saw on social media that the comments were killing me, it was kind of funny, was Chris Brown had some male fans that came and did his meet and greet. And they were doing like some Power Ranger pictures or something. I think I think what they were doing was a little, I'm gonna say strange, but to each his own, but they were doing like some weird poses. But when I was looking in the comments, I was seeing everybody say, oh, they're gay. Oh, he has to be gay. What guy is this? Like, so you can't like your favorite artist and go get a meet and greet. You gotta be you gotta be attracted to him or but that's what I mean when it's like this thing in our culture with Black men where it's like, it's not just that we can't be feminine, but it's like, it's also a taboo that they are not allowed to be. I don't know why I keep saying we. I do not identify. My pronouns are she, her. But it's that they identify, you cannot identify as vulnerable either. I think that goes back to the chaotic and scrappy thing. I think you can't even identify as being, you know, vulnerable. Just opening up, expressing yourself, you know, congratulating another man. You can't do that and without, in some spaces, I don't want to say all spaces, but in a lot of spaces, a huge trend. You can't do that in the community without it having this negative connotation. I feel like sometimes, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like our community says be hard, don't show no weaknesses at all, don't do anything like a woman would do. But what's crazy to me is like women switch roles. There are women that are feminine and dominant or feminine and masculine, you know, and I think that's more accepted. And I'm talking about heterosexual women. Matter of fact, I want to get into something else when I talk about the community and this is my personal opinion, where I see like the acceptance levels of the LGBT community. But yeah, I think women that show dominant and submissive characteristics are more accepted than a man that shows dominant or I don't know if I said submissive, I meant feminine, not submissive. Let me correct that. A woman that is more masculine and feminine is more accepted in society rather than a man that is masculine and feminine. I'm getting confused with the dominant and submissive. But okay. So in the LGBTQIA spectrum, I feel that the person that has the safest place to come out, that is the most accepted, that people are the most okay with, is the bi woman. Because it's like, it's kind of sexualized sometimes. It is just like, okay, she's still a part of the heterosexual community, but, you know, she likes women. I think that is the most accepted. The next to me is the feminine lesbian. two women, the feminine one is more accepted than the dominant one. I definitely think there are some rejections with both, but I think there is a safe place, meaning people accept it. It's not that rare. It's something that is, like just more accepted and more, it's safe places in society for you to come out and say, hey, I'm a lesbian. And hey, and even again, like I said, I think the feminine one has more than the masculine, but let's keep going. I often don't think that gay guys have a place in society, especially Black gay guys. I really don't believe that they have a lot of places in society to come out and say. I think it has grew over the years, but I still don't think that they have a place fully to come out and say, hey, I'm gay, and this is just what it is. The masculine male, and then the flamboyant male. Under that are the trans community and intersex and things like that people really may not fully understand and kind of reject, meaning it could be judged, it could be looked at funny, they could be, called all types of names. It's just almost like, you don't have a place here, we don't want you here. This is my personal perspective. All right, lastly, how can we address this, y'all? How can we really decrease the DL behavior? And I want to make this very clear too. I am not saying the DL behavior is acceptable. If you lying, if you cheating, it's never going to be okay. You have your own things and you are going to have to deal with your own consequences that come with lying. But I'm just being compassionate and more talking about the issue here. Because I definitely think that it is a major issue, and I think that it is something in society that happens. But I understand if you lie, you're betraying people, you're not being honest, you're going to get karma, you're going to get your own consequences. I totally get it. Okay. But how can we improve this? I think there's a few ways that we can really create the first thing I would say is creating a safe space for people to come out is gonna have to start with us not making being gay as a man so bad. Like, if it is a terrible thing, why would anybody want to come out and say that? They're only going to come out and say that around people who create that safe space and don't mind. And sometimes that is somebody who don't mind being on the DL with them. Or maybe somebody who may understand what it's like to not have a space to come out in society. And they're struggling with it themselves. But that's a common pattern that you see. So I think it comes with us also accepting feminine as a part of a man. Like, femininity, it's okay for a man to be feminine in some ways. Femininity doesn't automatically change his sexual orientation. I think that is a huge thing that we have to talk about, is being able to say, okay, he has some feminine traits, but that doesn't automatically mean, because I think sometimes I will even hear people say that automatically means, oh no, he's definitely gay. He's definitely doing this. He's definitely doing that. So I think we definitely have to provide a safe and secure atmosphere. I think we have to allow people to be who they want to be without judgment on social media. Y'all be getting a little crazy in these comments. I mean, I think social media has provided a place for people to say things that they wouldn't really say to people in person. And so it's like real cruel in the comments. And so it's like, you know, if you're someone, and I mean, y'all don't care, y'all go after people's family, kids, ain't nobody off limits. Niggas really go hard in the comments. And so it's like, you know, I've never made it to the shade room or something like that. But I mean, anyone who does, I couldn't see, I'm just having compassion for them. I couldn't see how they sit there and read those things. So I've heard of people that are like, you know, they don't read the comments, or, you know, some people turn their comments off. But I just think we have to mind our business and be compassionate and allow people to just be who they are without being judged, criticized, and saying, you know, you're this, you're that. I can't believe you're this. I can't believe you're that. Removing the connotation from being gay and being bi. I think that's just all over in general. Like, I just think, you know, and I think it comes with a lot of different stigmas, HIV. It's a lot of different things, and I totally understand that. But I just think we have to allow people to be who they want to be and stop being so judgmental. Instead of being so critical, let's try to be a little bit more compassionate. There was 2 other things that I wanted to bring up about this. I guess more as like discussion questions than talking about them. One, do y'all realize that there's not that many people in the NBA or the NFL that come out or that have said that they're gay? And in my mind, I be thinking, so ain't none of y'all like men. It's just a very slim chance of people that are in the NFL that don't like men. Or, you know, I don't know. It's just the low numbers make me think it's just not a safe space to come out. I could be wrong. I don't have any facts. It's just how I feel. Because even in the NBA, I do think we've had like 1 or 2 people come out. But, you know, again, the WNBA now, you see everybody coming out. Again, though, going back to what I told y'all about who is most accepted and who's not. The WNBA shit, it's about 50 couples just in the WNBA. And I love the WNBA, but still, I'm just saying, like, you know, just look at the difference. It's definitely some people that are attracted to men, but can they say it? Can they really say it without being bullied, without being viral? You know what I mean? And then the other question that I had, guys, is there a relation between being in jail long term and homosexuality? You know, I've heard people say, hey man, them people that be doing them long bids, they definitely probably been dipped and dabbled into some homosexuality. Is this a true, like, well, I guess, has anybody experienced, is this something that's real? Like, I don't know if you dated men that maybe that went to jail or stuff like that, but is this a real thing where that is correlated? Because those are some other potential factors that come along with, the DL activity. But I really, my main question that I really want y'all to comment and tell me is, would y'all date a bi guy? Yes or no? Explain why. Let me know. I appreciate y'all watching today. That is all I have for you today. I appreciate y'all watching. Thank y'all for the support. Like, comment, subscribe. I will talk to y'all again soon.